to learn languages. How to learn a language. You most probably have watched my previous video, which is right here, and the link is in the description of this video, in which I'm telling you how being a multilingual cabin crew candidate can actually enhance your chances and secure you a job at 40,000 feet. And now you're in this video to actually learn and to see my tips and tricks on how you can learn that second or third language. And as somebody who has spoken 7 languages when I applied for the job role in Qatar Airways, at the moment I speak 8 languages. In between there has been an 8th language. Here are my tips and tricks, my suggestions on what I believe it's relevant for you on how to choose to study that second or third language. Make sure to stay tuned until the last minute of this video. And you will find out there on the internet so many tips and tricks, so many suggestions how to learn a language, and all of them are amazing. But I do believe that all the tips and tricks, whatever you're gonna learn out there that will suggest you how to learn a language, should start with the first and most important tip, which is called motivation. Please, ladies and gentlemen, find your motivation on why you are going to be learning that second or third language. You cannot just possibly be subscribing yourself to a second or third language just because I have said to you, or just because I have said in my previous video that by speaking a second or third language you're going to raise up your chances to present yourself as an outstanding candidate for the job role called cabin crew for the airline that you want to apply for. But you actually have to be motivated to study the language. I'm gonna shortly reconnect that with me. Why, for example, I have chosen to study Italian language. At one point of time in my life during high school, I was so in touch with Italy, I was so in touch with the Italian culture, Italian music, everything about Italy to me was a huge motivation to enroll myself into those private classes and learn the Italian language. So you have to find yourself a language or find yourself a culture, or stick to something that is going to connect you with that language that you're going to be learning. Why I'm saying this? Perhaps you're somebody who actually loves the Japanese culture. You're somebody who loves the Korean culture. You're somebody who actually knows how to read Quran and you would like to, let's say, study Arabic language. You have to find the motivation that you're gonna use, or the motivation that is going to connect you with the language that you are going to be learning, will actually help you to learn the language better. If you enroll, let's say, to Spanish classes, learning the Spanish language just because I have said it, that's not a motivation that you can stick on. I can perhaps motivate you to learn Spanish language if I speak to you about how amazing is the Spanish culture, how amazing are the Spanish people, how amazing is Spain as a country, and stuff like that. But you actually have to find, are you somebody who's impressed by what I'm speaking or not? Therefore, choose the motivation that lies in you. You have to see what is the culture, what is the language that you are getting in touch with, you are getting connected to, you are motivated to learn. Stick to that and enroll yourself to that language course classes. Here we go, we're starting right now. Stay tuned until the last minute of this video to find out, after you have been motivated and you have decided which language you're going to be learning, actually to find out how you're gonna do that. We've sorted out the motivation, and now we're going to the second and most important part, is actually finding how you're going to be learning the language. How you're going to be learning the language is very important on how, on you actually. Why I'm saying on you. Are you somebody who wants to learn a language with a partner, or you're actually somebody who wants to be sitting, reading and learning grammar first, making sure that you have understood all that past, present, perfect tense of the language before you actually speak it? Are you somebody who actually have to listen and therefore you remember? There are tons of other ways that that you are a person with different learning abilities. I'm a person with different learning abilities. So based on your learning abilities and how you want to enroll yourself into the language, you're gonna find perhaps a private classes with a professor. You're gonna enroll yourself in a group learn the language in a group, or you are going to be doing that online, which is a very convenient way. It requires a lot of motivation if we're learning a language online, but it's not impossible. As I have said, everything will start from the motivation until the last minute of this video. I think that I'm going to be speaking about the motivation, but I do believe that the motivation is a serious parameter which will help us to hold on tight to that tree. That tree at the moment is the language that we want to learn and we want to stick in. So we have to find a way how we are going to be learning the language we are actually being motivated to learn. The third and important aspect when it comes to learning a language, actually for me, that helped me a lot was the moment I start learning a language, I start being subscribed to so many things that are related to that language. I'm listening. I'll connect it again to the Italian. If I'm learning Italian, I'm listening Italian music, I'm watching Italian movies, and I'm reading Italian books. At the beginning, the first, I would say, page of the book will be literally super weird. You won't be fluent in reading from the beginning. Let's make it clear. Even in my video in which I spoke to how to enhance your English abilities, where I'm recommending you to read English books, with any other language that you're gonna be subscribed to, after, of course, you've learned the alphabet, the basic for every language at the beginning, to learn the alphabet and to know how the words are actually closely pronounced. When you will be reading, the first page will be very hard, and maybe 99.9% of the words will be unknown for you. But it's so important that you actually at least read that paragraph in which you are able to understand a few things and you're able to connect and reconnect what is it about in that paragraph. Read it loud. Listen the music every single day, watch movies every single day, and be in touch with the language every single day. If possible, if you have a chance, also connect with people that they speak the language that you are learning. That is also going to be a very powerful tool that is going to be keeping you close to the language and will actually enhance that learning process to be faster and faster. Once you are connected with all those free resources around you beside your classes for the language that you are learning, start speaking the language from the day one that you are learning. Learn all the time the new phrases and practice the new phrases, from good afternoon to good evening to how are you. Literally whatever you're going to be learning new, please speak it every single day. And it's really important that you communicate the language. Internet is an endless possibility, and I often use this sentence. Therefore, do not hesitate to actually communicate with people, as I have said previously, that speak the language, and start using the language from the day one that you're learning. We'll be learning words every single day when you are learning the language. And some languages are super different than the language we're coming from. For example, I'm coming from North Macedonia, and when I was learning French, the words and the pronunciation was so different. Even now, studying and learning German, the words and the pronunciation of the German language is way different than the Macedonian. Some words are similar to English, yet they are different in pronunciation. And it's so important that every word that you're using, you're actually learning it, you're actually learning it how to pronounce it the right way, with the right accent. There are so many techniques out there, and there are amazing influencers that are out there available for us to teach us how to perform the accent of the language that we wanna use. For example, when it comes to also the Arabic accent, I have been communicating with lots of friends. They have taught me, and some of them are still teaching me how to pronounce that ha. When it comes to the Arabic language also has lots of difficult pronunciations if we do not speak Arabic. So therefore, learn how to pronounce the word of the language properly. Arabic speakers, please, I'm so sorry if I have not pronounced the ha properly. I'm still learning how to pronounce ha. What you also need to understand is that learning a language is actually a process, and you can't be possibly expecting that in 1 or 2 months you will be able to speak the language fluently, unless it's a language that is really close to the language that's your mother language, so you are going to be able to enhance the language and speak it in 1 or 2 or 3 months. However, any other language that you are learning and that is completely different from where you're coming from, it's using different alphabet, is a process that perhaps will take some time, and the learning process actually is different from a person to a person. While some of us really can take things quickly, can understand quickly, we're easily understanding languages, we're easily enrolling in learning languages and stuff like that. For others might be a little different, a little difficult, but that doesn't mean that the person who requires more time to learn the language will actually learn the language not so successfully as the one who's going to be learning the language super fast. It's just exactly the same as with mathematics. Some of us are super well with mathematics, they are so fast in logical thinking, in statistics and stuff like that, and the others, it's me, that we take a little bit more time for calculation, a little bit more time for statistics, for stuff like that. So yeah, we are all different when it comes to the learning skills, the learning abilities, but it's not impossible. What is possible over here is actually we find a technique that is suitable for us, where we can meet each other, the technique, our skills, and then we just go all the way along with our skills and with the technique, guided from our own personal motivation, as I have started at the beginning of this video speaking about the motivation. But the motivation to learn a language is actually everything that is going to bring us towards the final result called success. Learning another language shows you up as a person that has left the comfort zone and that has signed in for something that you don't know. It's an unknown thing for you. You are maybe struggling, maybe enjoying, but there are different stages when it comes to learning experience. And at one point of time we are really enjoying, and another point of time it can be a struggle, but once we pass that struggle we are going closer to the success. It's something called enjoyment and satisfaction. Connected to the enjoyment, I would like to give over here a serious tip and advice, or you just take it as a suggestion. Please do not forget to have fun. Learning a language can be, as I have said, great experience, can be interesting, can be fun, can be stressful, but all the way along your learning experience, please do not forget that you're supposed to have fun, because having fun will make things smooth and will make everything to look and sound easier. So having all these things set, again I'm gonna emphasize that learning a second language beside English, it's not a must for you to present yourself on your open day when you will apply to be a cabin crew, but it's a plus point definitely. And I'm gonna mention once again myself, I have applied to become a cabin crew in Qatar Airways when I was speaking 7 languages, including the German language that I speak now, with a 0 customer service experience. Yet in my previous video right over here, the link is in the description of this video, I have displayed to you that speaking several languages, and I have explained to you that being multilingual cabin crew candidate can actually leave a serious impression about you in front of the recruitment team about what type of candidate you are. Therefore, don't forget to click subscribe, hit that notification button for the many videos that are coming out over here on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm gonna be seeing you very soon. Bye bye and have a nice day.